Welcome to Objective 1.2, Fundamental Security Concepts. This is the vocabulary foundation that appears in every other domain. Master CIA triad, AAA, zero trust with control plane versus data plane, and deception technology like honeypots, honey files, honey nets. We go deep with exam tips and memory hooks, same best quality style as 1.1. By the end of this deep dive, you will explain confidentiality, integrity, availability, and non-repudiation, distinguish authentication from authorization, summarize zero trust control plane versus data plane, policy engine administrator, adaptive identity, threat scope reduction, and explain deception technology, honeypots, honey files, honey nets. You will also spot exam traps between authentication and authorization. CIA triad is the foundation. Confidentiality ensures only authorized people can read data. Encryption, access control, classification. Integrity ensures data not altered. Hashing, digital signatures, checksums. Availability ensures data and systems are accessible when needed. Redundancy, backups, fault tolerance. Non-repudiation is often added. Ensures someone cannot deny they did something. Digital signatures, logging. Exam memory hook. CIA. Can't I access? Confidentiality hides. Integrity protects from tampering. Availability ensures access. Confidentiality deep dive means preventing unauthorized disclosure. How? Encryption. Symmetric, like AES. Asymmetric, like RSA. For data at rest, like full disk encryption. In transit, like TLS. In use, like confidential computing. Access controls. Only HR can see payroll. Data classification. Public, private, sensitive, confidential, critical. Labels tell how to protect. If scenario says attacker read sensitive payroll file, that's confidentiality breach. Memory hook, confidentiality equals must have key to see. Encryption focus. Integrity ensures data is accurate and not tampered. If HR record changes from salary 60K to 600K without authorization, integrity failure. Methods. Hashing. SHA-256 creates fingerprint. If file changes even 1 bit, hash changes completely. Digital signatures. Private key signs, public key verifies. Provides integrity and non-repudiation. HMAC adds secret key to hash. Non-repudiation. You cannot deny you sent email because your digital signature proves it. Audit logs also provide non-repudiation. Exam trap. Hashing does not provide confidentiality. Hash is one way, but not encryption. Digital signature provides integrity, authentication, non-repudiation, not confidentiality. Availability ensures authorized users can access when needed. If email server down and CEO cannot send contract, availability failure. Methods. Redundancy, 2 internet links, 2 power supplies. Fault tolerance, RAID, clustering. Load balancing, distributes traffic. Backups, offsite immutable backups to restore after ransomware. Business continuity and disaster recovery plans. DDoS attack floods server, breaches availability, not confidentiality. Memory hook, availability equals always available. A for always. DOS equals denial of availability. AAA, authentication, authorization, accounting, often appears with CIA. Authentication, who are you? Prove identity, password, MFA, biometrics, certificate. Authorization, what can you do? After authenticated, what permissions? RBAC, ABAC. Accounting, what did you do? Logging, auditing, tracking. Memory hook, AAA equals A1, who are you? A2, what can you do? A3, what did you do? Like airport, check passport, authentication, check ticket to lounge, authorization, log you entered lounge, accounting. Most missed exam comparison. Authentication versus authorization. Authentication verifies identity. You are John. Prove with password, MFA, FIDO2, certificate. Happens first. Authorization checks what you are allowed to do after you are authenticated. Can John read payroll? Authorization uses access control models. RBAC, role-based, ABAC, attribute-based, MAC, DAC. Example. You authenticate to company VPN with MFA. Authentication passes. Then you try to access finance share and get access denied. Authorization fails. You authenticated successfully, but not authorized for that resource. Exam question. User enters correct password but cannot access folder. Authentication succeeded, authorization failed. Accounting tracks activity. Logs, SIM aggregation, audit trails, session time. Provides non-repudiation. User cannot deny they accessed file because log shows user ID, timestamp, IP, action. Non-repudiation also requires integrity of logs. If logs can be altered, attacker can deny. So protect logs. Forward to SIM, immutable storage, hashing. Now, physical security list in fundamental concepts. Bollards stop vehicle ramming. Badge readers control building entry. Biometrics, cameras monitor, fencing, lighting, gates. Physical security supports CIA. Bollard supports availability by preventing physical destruction. Badge supports confidentiality. Memory hook. Accounting equals audit. Both start with A, logs prove what you did. Zero trust is the biggest new topic in SY0-701 compared to old exams. Old model was castle and moat. Trusted inside, untrusted outside. Perimeter firewall was enough. Zero trust says never trust, always verify. Assume breach. Every user, device, application, transaction must be verified, regardless of location, inside office or remote. No implicit trust because you were on corporate network. Identity is new perimeter. Exam must know. Zero trust replaces perimeter-based trust with identity and context-based verification. Memory hook, zero trust equals zero, meaning no one trusted, not even CEO on corporate Wi-Fi. Legacy trust versus zero trust. Legacy model trusts by location. If you are on corporate network or VPN, you get broad access. Flat network, lateral movement, easy for attacker. Zero trust trusts by identity. Device health, context, least privilege, microsegmentation. Threat scope reduction. Reduce blast radius, so breach in marketing cannot reach finance. Adaptive identity. Risk-based authentication. If login from new country or unpatched device require extra MFA or deny. Example, your ransomware lateral movement example. Flat network allowed it, zero trust microsegmentation would have blocked. Exam tip, zero trust equals identity is new perimeter, not location. This is the most tested zero trust concept. Control plane versus data plane. Control plane is where decisions are made. Brain. It has policy engine that makes decision should this user access this resource given identity, device health, risk, and policy administrator that manages policy lifecycle and tells enforcement what to do. Data plane is where data actually flows. Enforcement happens via policy enforcement point, PEP, like an agent on laptop, gateway, proxy that allows or blocks traffic based on control plane decision. Example, you try to access Salesforce. Request goes to PEP, PEP asks control plane, policy engine checks identity and says allow with MFA, administrator configures PEP to allow, PEP allows traffic in data plane. Memory hook. Control plane controls, decides. Data plane does, moves data. Exam. Where is policy decision made? Control plane. Where is traffic forwarded? Data plane. Let's lock terms. Policy engine equals brain that evaluates trust algorithm, identity, device posture, history, risk. Policy administrator equals configurator that manages policy lifecycle and communicates to PEP. PEP equals policy enforcement point, door guard that allows or denies per control plane instruction, can be agent, gateway, firewall. Adaptive identity? Identity adapts based on context. If user usually logs from Sacramento, suddenly from Russia, adaptive identity raises risk and requires extra MFA. That's adaptive. Threat scope reduction. Reduce attack surface and blast radius via microsegmentation. Small segments, least privilege access, so breach in marketing cannot reach finance. Policy-driven access. Every access decision driven by policy, not location. Physical security in fundamental concepts list. Bollards, concrete posts that stop cars from crashing into building, supports availability and safety. Badges, proximity cards that prove identity for physical entry, authentication for physical. Cameras, CCTV surveillance, detective and deterrent. Lighting, deterrent, prevents hiding. Fences, gates, locks, preventive barriers. Guards, operational plus physical. These are fundamental because without physical security, technical controls fail. Attacker can steal server. Map to 1.1 controls you learned. Exam may ask, bollard is what type? Physical control, preventive purpose. Deception and disruption technology. New for SYO-701, very testable. Purpose is to deceive attacker and disrupt their workflow, learn their tactics. Honeypot, decoy system that looks real but is fake, intentionally vulnerable. When attacker interacts, you detect and learn. Honeyfile, fake file like passwords.txt in a share that triggers alert when opened, detects insider or lateral movement. Honeynet, entire network of honeypots. Honey token, fake credential or API key that alerts when used. Deception makes attacker waste time and exposes them. Disruption breaks attacker tools. Memory hook, honey equals sweet bait that traps bear. Attacker lured to fake system. Types of honeypots. Low interaction honeypot simulates only one service, like fake SSH. Low risk to host, collects limited info. High interaction, full real OS. More realistic, captures more attacker behavior, but higher risk if compromised. Needs isolation. Production honeypot, in production network to detect attacks. Low interaction. Research honeypot, used by researchers to study attacker methods. High interaction. Honeyfile, file named CEO Salary 2024 XLSX that no legit user should open. Alert if opened. Honey token, fake AWS key that if used shows attacker exfiltrated credentials. HoneyNet, network of honeypots simulating entire company. Disruption, returns fake data to attacker. Master Matrix, screenshot this. CIA, confidentiality, hide, data encryption, access control, classification. Integrity, no tampering, hashing, signatures. Non-repudiation, availability, accessible, redundancy, backups, anti-DOS. AAA, authentication, who are you? Password, MFA, biometrics. Authorization, what can you do? RBAC, ABAC. Accounting, what did you do? Logs, audit. Zero trust. Control plane decision, engine plus administrator. Data plane enforcement, PEP. Adaptive identity, risk-based. Threat scope reduction, microsegmentation. Policy-driven access. Deception, honeypot, decoy system. Honeyfile, decoy file. HoneyNet, decoy network. Honey token, decoy credential. One matrix covers all 1.2. Exam traps. Trap 1. User enters correct password but cannot access file. Authentication succeeded, authorization failed. Many pick authentication failed. Wrong. Trap 2. Hashing provides confidentiality? No. Hashing provides integrity only, not confidentiality. Encryption provides confidentiality. Trap 3. Where is policy decision made? Control plane, not data plane. Many flip. Data plane forwards data, control plane decides. Trap 4. Breach types. Attacker reads sensitive file. Confidentiality breach. Attacker alters payroll. Integrity breach. Server down due to DDoS. Availability breach. Attacker denies sending email, but log shows signature. Non-repudiation. Read wording. Notice data was altered equals integrity. Cannot access equals availability. Unauthorized disclosure equals confidentiality. Memory hooks to never forget. CIA equals can't I access? C equals can't see, confidentiality, hidden. I equals is it intact? Integrity, no tampering. A equals always available, availability. AAA equals airport. Check passport, who are you? Authentication. Check boarding pass, where can you go? Authorization. Stamp entry, what did you do? Accounting. Or AAA equals A1, who, A2, what can, A3, what did. Zero trust. CD equals control decides data does. Control plane, brain, decides via policy engine. Data plane, muscle, enforces via PEP. Adaptive identity equals adapts like chameleon based on risk, location, device. Threat scope reduction equals small scope, small blast radius via microsegmentation. Honey equals sweet trap for bear attacker. Non-repudiation equals no repudiation equals no deny. Signature stops denial. Real scenarios. Scenario 1. Ransomware encrypts files and changes them. Impacts availability because users cannot access, and integrity because files altered. Not confidentiality unless exfiltrated. Scenario 2. User logs from US, then 10 minutes later from China. SIM alerts. Adaptive identity should trigger extra MFA, authentication concern. Scenario 3. Attacker compromises HR laptop but cannot reach finance server because of microsegmentation. Zero trust threat scope reduction works. Lateral movement prevented. Scenario 4. Employee opens Honey file salaries XLSX and SOC gets alert. Deception technology detects insider. Quick quiz. Question 1. Attacker reads payroll file without authorization. Confidentiality breach. Question 2. SHA-256 hashing provides integrity, not confidentiality. Question 3. Policy engine decides allow or deny. Control plane. Question 4. User enters correct password, but access denied to finance share. Authentication succeeded, authorization failed. Question 5. Honey file salaries XLSX opened by attacker. Deception technology detects. Triggers alert. Score, 4 out of 5. Ready? Cheat sheet. Screenshot this. CIA. C. Hide via encryption. I. Fingerprint via hashing signatures. Non-repudiation. A. Uptime via redundancy, backups, anti-DDoS. AAA. Auth N, who. Auth Z, what can. Accounting, what did. Zero trust. Never trust, always verify. Control plane, engine plus administrator decides. Data plane, PEP enforces. Adaptive identity, risk-based. Threat scope reduction, microsegmentation. Policy-driven access. Deception. Honeypot system. Honeyfile. File. Honeynet. Network. Honey token. Credential. Physical. Bollards. Stop car. Badges. Authentication. Cameras. Detective deterrent. Keep this for exam day. That's Objective 1.2, Fundamental Security Concepts. CIA, AAA, Zero Trust, Control versus Data Plane, Physical, Deception honeypots. Keep Master Matrix handy, used in every domain. Next is 1.3, Change Management, and 1.4, Cryptographic Solutions. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next objective. Bonus Deep Dive. Zero Trust Architecture. Identity provider verifies user via MFA. Device posture checks. Is device patched and encrypted? PEP gateway enforces. Policy engine evaluates score. Allows least privilege access to specific app, not entire network. Continuous verification, not one time. Microsegmentation limits east-west traffic. If device posture fails, access denied, even with correct password. That's adaptive identity and continuous verification. Core zero trust principles you must know for exam. Bonus case study. Company deploys honeypot that looks like old Windows 2012 server with RDP open. Attacker scans, finds it, exploits, thinks they have domain admin, but it's isolated honeynet. SOC watches, learns, attacker uses Mimikatz, gains IOCs, blocks real network before real damage. Honey file inside real share. Fake file domain admin passwords.txt with honey token. When opened, alert fires. SOC isolates user machine, finds insider. This is how deception provides early detection without impacting production. Deception makes attacker waste time and reveals TTPs. Bonus HBQ Lab. Match. Encrypt payroll at rest equals confidentiality. Hash mismatch alert equals integrity. Server down DDoS equals availability. Password check equals authentication. Access denied to share equals authorization failed. Log shows user accessed file equals accounting non-repudiation. Policy decision made equals control plane. Traffic forwarded equals data plane. Decoy system equals honeypot. Decoy file equals honey file. Practice drag drop. Remember CIA, can't I access. AAA, airport who what can, what did. Control decides, data does. Honey sweet trap for bear.